So if you could hold only 5 cryptocurrencies for the rest of this market cycle, which ones would give you the best chance of life-changing returns? Today we're breaking down the 5 most promising coins based on fundamentals, adoption trends, institutional interest, network activity, and where the market is potentially heading next. I know this isn't just another generic list of random altcoins. These are assets with real traction, real money flowing in, and real catalysts ahead. So let's get into it. In this video, we'll walk through the top 5 coins, showing the strongest combination of institutional accumulation, on-chain strength, upcoming catalysts, long-term viability, and asymmetrical upside. The goal isn't hype, it's just positioning yourself correctly. And some of these coins could surprise you. So the first one is Bitcoin, and I know this one is predictable, but here's the thing: if you don't have Bitcoin as your foundation, you're building your portfolio on sand. The entry of spot Bitcoin ETFs led by giants like BlackRock have fundamentally changed the game, in my opinion. We now have pension funds allocating, sovereign wealth funds exploring, asset managers adding Bitcoin to pensions portfolios, etc. Bitcoin is no longer about speculation, it's pure infrastructure. Obviously, we've got some key bullish factors, which are the ETF inflows, 700 million this week, by the way, continuing to act like a structural price floor. Bitcoin halving effects are still unfolding, and macro trends favor hard cap assets during currency debasement cycles. Bitcoin remains in a broad uptrend as well. Support sits at around the mid 60k area, with upside targets between 85k and 110k during the next expansion phase, which seems to be coming soon. But Bitcoin alone won't deliver explosive alt season style returns, and that's where coin number 2 comes in. Obviously, coin number 2 is Ethereum. Ethereum remains the number 1 institutional altcoin, and the launch of new staking enabled ETF products, led by companies like Fidelity and BlackRock, have created a pipeline for massive new demand. So here's why Ethereum remains a must hold. It's the settlement layer for most tokenized assets. L2 scaling is accelerating with record activities. Staking yields make Ethereum a yield-bearing digital bond, and institutions prefer Ethereum as their primary altcoin exposure. Obviously, we've got narrative momentum ahead as well. Tokenized real-world assets, institutional staking, L2 wars, restaking, it goes on and on. Ethereum has moved from big tech stock to digital financial infrastructure, and that shift I don't think has been fully priced in yet. Coin 3 is Solana. Solana, in my opinion, is no longer an experiment. It's a serious institutional grade blockchain and one of the fastest growing ecosystems in crypto, as we have recently seen in the past few years. Recent fund flow data shows increased exposure from firms like VanEck and developers continuing building at lightning speed. So here's why Solana is gaining momentum right now. It's got extremely fast throughput, lightning fast executions, low fees, and a huge resurgence in DePIN, meme coins, and consumer apps right now, along with massive growth in active wallets. Solana is becoming the Apple-like ecosystem of crypto, fast, simple, polished, and optimized for mainstream adoption. And there are plenty of catalysts ahead. We've got more institutional grade products coming, increased Solana ETF interest, and continuous network upgrades. And the best part, it's still got a lot of room to run, in my opinion. Solana, $1,000 I think is coded. Coin number 4 is Dogecoin, the retail momentum play, of course. This is a bit of a wild card, but I am a strong believer that Dogecoin is going to head to $1 at some point. So right now, that's a 10x from the current price. Dogecoin isn't a fundamental play, it's a sentiment engine, which I think is really, really important. I think ignoring Dogecoin in a retail-driven bull market is like ignoring Tesla stock during a hype cycle. It's just a terrible idea. Just this week, Dogecoin saw a 176 surge in active addresses, signaling a major wave of user and whale activity. And Doge right now is sitting at around that 10-cent level, but like I said, I think a breakout to the upside will happen with a lot of momentum once Bitcoin starts to move with some earnest. It's a threshold that historically leads to fast vertical moves once we get past this area. So here's why Dogecoin makes the list for me. It leads retail cycles, explosive growth. Timing is everything, and the timing looks very strong right now. We are in a really good area for accumulation. I've been doing this myself. And meme coin liquidity is rotating back into Dogecoin. We've seen over the past few days just how much meme coins can just run. And as we know, if Elon Musk tweets, hints, or even breathes in Dogecoin's direction, it will move. This makes Dogecoin a high beta accelerator for any portfolio positioned for retail-driven upside. And coin number 5 is Chainlink. I think this is a good one for real-world adoption. The The most important crypto trend of the next decade will be tokenization, and that means tokenized treasuries, tokenized stocks, tokenized commodities, and tokenized real-world assets. Every major financial institution from JP Morgan to DTCC is working on blockchain-based settlement systems. And what systems do they need to use for price feeds, interoperability, and cross-chain messaging? Chainlink. So this is why Chainlink is essential. It is the middleware layer connecting real-world finance to blockchain. Every tokenized asset needs oracles, and link staking adds new sources for demand. And we have got catalysts ahead for this as well. More banks integrating tokenization literally every day, increased CCIP adoption, and Chainlink becoming critical for infrastructure for institutions. If you believe in a blockchain-based financial future, you should believe in Chainlink. So before we wrap up, Bitcoin is your institutional-based asset, your floor for your portfolio. Ethereum is yield plus infrastructure. Solana is high-performance growth. Dogecoin is your retail momentum rocket, if things get really parabolic. And Chainlink is your real-world financial plumbing. But what matters most is what comes next. Right now, the entire crypto market is entering a transition phase. Liquidity is rising, institutional adoption is accelerating, retail is slowly waking up, and historically, this is the phase right before altcoins start to explode. The 5 coins in this list represent the safest base layer plays, the strongest institutional narratives, the most explosive retail opportunities, and the infrastructure required for the next decade of blockchain adoption. If Bitcoin continues holding above key support, and if macro conditions ease even slightly, we could be entering one of the strongest phases of the market so far. So now the question is, which of these 5 coins do you think will outperform in this cycle? Drop your pick in the comments below, and if you want to deep dive into one of these coins, let me know, because the next few months in crypto, they're going to be very interesting.